Everybody, we are back. It's Tips on Live's favorites, podcast favorites, channel favorites, everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com, discount code TDL for 25% off. And also make sure you hit up Homage here for all your homage and NFL gear, because you can get any NFL gear there. Get some Raiders shirts. You support the channel that way, and also hit it up the Tape Don't Lie store. Tapedontlie.store. As it gets me mad because it's Tape Don't Lie store, and it's also tapedontlie.store.
For a second, I thought you just forgot the name of the entire channel.
No, that's I was trying to say Tape Don't Lie.store, but it was also the Tape Don't Lie store at tapedontlie.store. So,
Gotcha. Now that we've thoroughly confused people, hopefully they know where they go. Know where to go.
Yeah. So, and it's also supposed to be right here. Remember, Matt? It's supposed to be like.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Right there-ish.
Yeah, hit the shop right there. All right. So today we are doing a Klint Kubiak breakdown. So it's full Klint Kubiak breakdown. Matt's gonna be doing 12 personnel. I'm just gonna be doing the passing game all together. So it should be an exciting show for us. And it's been a couple days, Matt. How are you feeling, man? How are you feeling about especially after watching the film? How are you feeling about it? Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty excited. Like you said, doing some 12 personnel. I feel like that's a big part of why he got hired. I mean, if you look at the Raiders roster, two of their best offensive players are at tight end. Brock Bowers being one of them, Michael Mayer being the other. And then you look at how effective Seattle's been this year. Like I just pulled up the numbers from Sumer Sports. Like they actually only ran 12 personnel, the 11th highest or the 11th most, the 11th highest rate this year, which I was kind of surprised. I figured they'd be in it a little bit more, but they were incredibly efficient at it. They were second in EPA overall. The Colts were first. The Colts were the only team to beat them out. And it was kind of like the Colts and the Seahawks were like in a class of their own. Like the difference between them was about 4 points. The difference between the Seahawks and the Falcons, who were third, is 16. Just to kind of paint the picture for you about how much better they were at it than everyone else this past season. They were first in passing EPA. Jackson Smith-Njigba had a lot to do with that. But one of the things that I think Kubiak does pretty well, especially with using personnel, is he finds matchups and gets favorable matchups for JSN using that type of personnel package. I'll break down how he was able to do that too, and he schemes things up for tight ends pretty well too in that too. Which I think there's one clip on here where they have a tight end run an option route, and I think I bet this concept was something that Gruden used to run with Darren Waller. So I'm curious if you recognize it when we get to it. But I just saw that and I just see Jack Betch just eating up linebackers in this type of in that type of play call, or excuse me, Brock Bowers eating up linebackers in that type of play call. And then on top of it too, they were, let me see, I think fifth in rushing EPA per play out of 12 personnel. So obviously a big part of his offense, and then a big part of why he was hired. The thing that I like about him, in the run game, he doesn't do anything that's terribly fancy from a play design or a play calling standpoint. But what he does is, again, kind of going back to it, is in the point 12 personnel, is he sets up matchups and he sets up the defense pretty well to be able to get what he's looking for. And we'll see a little bit of that in the passing game. So it's an interesting part of his playbook. And again, I think a big reason why he got hired and just what he was able to do with that grouping. So it'll be fun to watch, I think, next year to see how he operates with Mayer and Bowers up there.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see what he could do with the 12 personnel here. Especially what I like is that they're able to run the ball really well out of it. So having Mayer and Brock Bowers is not a bad blocker either. So yeah, I like what they can do there. I mean, they ran the ball more often because I was looking at Sumer Sports too. It looked like they passed the ball about 46% of the time. So they did run the ball a lot out of there, but that sets up the play action for them to mix it up too. So I really like what Kubiak does with 12 personnel and just the way that they set up the play action with the run. It's how a lot of analytics will say that's not how you're supposed to do it, but that's how they do it, and it's really effective. So yeah, sure, maybe you don't have to, run to have play action necessarily, but the way he does it, and then also what I love about it is like how it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it's all married together. Yeah, for sure. And like to the point that you were talking about too, they threw the ball 46% of the time out of 12 personnel, which was 18th in the NFL. So
Mhm.
I think if you're kind of like an old school football fan, you're gonna really like Clay Kubiak as like a or Klint Kubiak, excuse me,
Mhm.
as a play caller because he's gonna stick to the running game even if it's not quite working. That's one of the things that's can kind of be a pitfall, I guess, a little bit in his play calling, but he's going to keep pounding the rock until the defense ends up cracking. And I think that's what we see a little bit with the Seahawks this season, where Kenneth Walker ends up like breaking those long runs towards the end of the game. But he definitely likes to. He definitely is a run first type of play caller, I'd say, for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. You pulled a me, man, saying the wrong name, saying Clay. I said
know,
Clay yesterday too.
They can't look the same and have like the very similar names. Both KLs.
Yeah, you gotta work on that. But yeah, that's I was trying to make sure I said Clint today. I was trying to focus on that. But yeah, you're right. You're right. It is very. We're gonna run the ball no matter if it's working or not. But the thing is, when I was doing it with Glenn, I did the Just Stats show, is that there's a lot of explosive plays in the run game though, which kind of makes up for it. I mean, they had I think 19, 15 plus yard runs with Kenneth Walker. Charbonnet had 10. So, Kenneth Walker had a high breakaway percentage. And then, you go back to Dalvin Cook, that was really high too. And then, Kamara wasn't as high, but, that was a different offense and plus just a different team and have a quarterback for most of the year too as well. So it does show that, he has the ability to get explosive runs, which kind of, when the EPA, the rush isn't that great, because, that's about efficiency. So they're not the most efficient running game in the world, but they get so many explosive plays that you won't notice it as a fan. Let's just say that. Yeah. Right. If Genty's going 2-2, 15, 3, 1, 16, you're not are you gonna care that much?
It's gonna average out to like 5 yards carry, but there's gonna be it's gonna be like a lot of short runs and then one long one.
Yeah, exactly. So I did the passing game, which to be honest, like I try to be diverse with this, but it's mostly just I'm just showing JSN for the most part. I could I mean the passing game revolves around him, right? So that kind of shows where his mind is at. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does with Brock Bowers because, I put this on Twitter before we started filming that, a lot of the stuff that he does, like he could do that with Trey Tucker. He could. But I would just,
We're at the point already where we're hyping Trey Tucker. We're back on the Trey Tucker hype train.
It's just somebody's surprise. I'm going to show it to him. I'm going to show you some.
It's February 3rd and Marcus is already like, this is Trey Tucker's year.
Year 4, man.
Super Bowl yet? This is his year.
Year 4, man. Year 4. You know what I'm saying? So like he could use a lot of stuff, but I'm interested to see how he uses Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers is the number 1 guy, right?
Yeah.
And Justin Jefferson got 1,600 yards with him too, as well. So, and I'm sure he did the same thing with Justin Jefferson that he's doing with JSN, right? So I'm interested to see what he does with Bowers. Does he run these long post routes with Bowers? I mean, he could. Right? I mean, does he, get these individual matchups what he has with Bowers? I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see what he can do with some of those things and how he uses Bowers, or does he keep him in line? Because he's never had a tight end like this, so that's gonna be the interesting part of it. But from the looks of it, Bowers is gonna eat because I think he's gonna have Bowers run this stuff, and if Bowers is running downfield and making explosive plays downfield is just a totally different offense. It's just like, he's not really if he's not I'm going to catch 10 balls for 111, you know what I mean? And it's going to be more like I'm catching 8 for 140 or 7 for 134 or something like that. Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty big there, in my opinion. So how he uses JSN and how he gets in one-on-ones and how he moves guys around to mess with defense and get him on safeties and stuff like that is pretty special. So that's what I got excited about. But go ahead.
I was gonna say it's funny you say that because one of the clips I have, he did a great job scheming it up to get JSN on a safety and win down the field for like a 50-yard gain. So I'm curious if we have a similar play, if it's like the same play call.
It probably is.
It is.
It's fine. It's all good. Definitely there's gonna be some overlap, but yeah, it's I really like what he does, man. It's a lot of great plays and a lot of ways, just finding ways to get guys open, man. It's pretty special stuff that I really like. But yeah, let's get into 12 personnel. Let's do 12 personnel. Let's get into that. Let's get into that first.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the running game a little bit here, and one of the first things that you notice on this one, we got a nice balanced formation from the Seahawks, and what the Bucks do, and they kind of did this a lot throughout the game, I will say, is they were matching 12 personnel. Like anytime the Seattle was in 12 personnel, for sure they were in their base personnel with our 7 front 7 guys, and then just 4 defensive backs. Now they have 8 in the box here, but they bring this safety down into the box rather than having like an extra linebacker in the field for like a heavy personnel package. And the reason why they put him on the wide side of the field, and which is part of what I like about this set from Kubiak, is putting both tight ends in this balance or this ace formation. Like you get the strong safety on the wide side of the field, and the reason for that being is if it's for Tampa Bay's perspective, if Seattle is going to throw it, you don't want your linebacker covering all this room. You'd much rather have your safety back there. So I went back this up too so you guys can get the full effect. Because part of what I like about this play too is like they get the look. Like you'll see the ref here once he like backs up and lets Darnold get under center. Like they don't waste any time and they just get into it. They're not going to give Tampa Bay a chance to check out of it.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just agreeing with you.
Gotcha. The other thing that I like that they do here is on this outside zone call, and this is why I brought up the safety, is it's just set up perfectly for Abe Lucas, the right tackle, to go get a hat on this on the safety, which is a matchup we like as the offense because that's one that's going to favor us and help us get to the edge. Now, the other thing is too, Seattle's tight ends were pretty damn good blockers last year. Blockers. And what I like about this play call is they're able to kick out the edge here against Hassan Reddick. Also going to help seal the edge. To shout out to this right guard, Anthony Bradford, with a nice reach block on. I think that's great gains from the Bucks. And then it's kind of off to the races. Now, one more thing that I want to bring up, and we're going to see an even better example of this too. A non-negotiable in Klint Kubiak's offense is this right here. Wide receivers have to be willing to get involved in the running game and make blocks. Like you'll see Cooper Kupp here starts off the screen and kind of like gets inside of this corner. Also eyeing the safety too to make sure that he doesn't cross Lucas's face and potentially blow up the play. Once he checks that, now he gets physical, goes and blocks the corner, and that's what springs Kenneth Walker. Almost had another name slip. Kenneth Walker for a first down and for an explosive play down the field. I think this is the one I was talking about. We talked about with Kupp, but you can see on this one, like this is the other thing he does a lot, and you'll see a lot from the Shanahan guys. They'll come out in one formation. They'll come out in this unbalanced set with both tight ends on the same side of the center, and then motion them. So they end up in that balance formation. Again, we got the Bucks in base with 3 linebackers and I think 4 down linemen on the up front again. This time they're going to be in a little odd front. I think it's another outside zone. Yep. Again, off the races. This is the biggest reason why I included it. Cooper Kupp. Yeah. I mean, you're going to see he eyes the linebacker, passes him off to the tight end here, gets a nice block there. And on top of it, goes and looks for more work, blocks that corner again. Even JSN, the number 1 receiver on the Seahawks, he's getting a good block here on Antoine Winfield to help spring Walker for a 30-yard gain. So it's part just a formation and this motion to kind of like get Tampa Bay in a bad look, and also just dudes executing blocks, including the wide receivers. Yeah, love this play.
That's nice,
man.
Yeah, those wide receivers are blocking, man.
Yeah. All right, this one going to be another zone run. This time they're going to stay in that unbalanced look from with the 2 tight ends. And what I like about this play, or what I like about this formation, let me back up here, is like if you notice these 2 linebackers, we got Azeez Al-Shaair in the A gap, but because they have this 12 personnel set and this 2 tight end look, they're making the Texans give up a gap basically. And what the Texans do is they're going to put EJ Speed here, their Sam linebacker, in the D gap. And what that does is that makes this block easier for this tight end, where he has the angle with the pre-snap leverage on top of it. Like you can see, like Speed does a good job or a decent job of flowing with the play, but because that tight end has that angle and he takes a good path to the second level, he's able to seal him to the inside. Like Speed tries to go underneath the block, which is what you want from an offensive perspective. And on top of it too, with Shair kind of flowing with the play, he kind of takes him out from this backside cutback lane. And then finally, another nice reach block here. I think that's Charles Cross, the left tackle, over on the 3 technique. And what that does is, because of the alignment, and then again, great execution from Seattle, that opens up that big cutback lane. And I mean, that's a wide ass hole in the NFL.
Yeah.
You're not going to find many of that. And that's just pretty much because they came up out in the personnel grouping and the formation that they used. Now, to get into the gap runs, they did run, like, he did call a decent amount of like GY counter, but the most notable plays that I found, or the most notable gap runs that I found in the couple of games I watched of Kubiak and 12 personnel, was this duo runs. Like you're going to see Tampa Bay again, like I was talking about earlier. They like to match. They like to match it with base personnel. We got the 3 linebackers, I think here, and then the 4 down linemen. Now this time they're in an over front and an even front, and it just sets up the double teams. Like we'll get the double team here from the left guard in the center. They block Vita Vea, who is again a hard dude to move. Guard comes off to pick up this linebacker. On top of it too, then we got the right guard and the right tackle. They're going to block the 3 technique. Guard comes off and gets a piece of the linebacker to make sure he stays away from the play. And what's really where I think this really helps, especially in 12 personnel, is instead of this being like 11, and even if say this tight end was split out wide, what it does is help your tight ends out, because now instead of one tight end trying to down block or block an edge defender, which can be a mismatch for the defense, now we have 2, there, and the other one can come off to go pick off the safety who does a bad job of filling into the gap. If if this extra defender in the box were to come over the top, then 88 would come off and pick him up. But either way, we get the front level secured because we have the double team on the edge, and then someone picks up the extra safety, and there's a nice big hole up in the C gap to get a nice chunk game on the ground.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna be interesting how they use the Brock Bowers, because it is a lot of in line with the tight ends.
It is. He will split them out wide quite a bit too. Like we'll see a little bit more of that in the passing game, but definitely 12. It is for the most part true 12 personnel. Now this one again, I will say the Seahawks get a help a little bit here with Tampa Bay, like basically just overloading the strong side and then slanting weak. So they're kind of slanting into the play call and into the offense's favor. But again, it kind of the similar point that I was making before, where we have 3 guys who aren't the 300-pound guys that are known for their blocking, right? We have 2 tight ends and then Cooper Kupp as a wide receiver. So it just sets up these double teams where we give our wide receiver a little bit of help on the edge. This tight end has a nice down block or an easy block with the angle to kind of just wash this guy inside. And again, the slant kind of helps out a little bit here. And then 2, I mean, it's going to be big. It's going to be big for guys like Mayer, these types of blocks where you secure the front level right there, the front side right there, first level. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And then just come off and get a piece of that linebacker. And you can see from Kenneth Walker, I mean, he's just off to the races. I think he gets 30 on this one. I want to see Bradford's block too. I missed that the first time. Oh, he just works straight up to the second level.
Yeah.
Nice job. Again, JSN. Back this up. Number 1 receiver. No one's above blocking in this offense.
Yeah, you can tell they're coached well on the O-line too, because Ben he just went straight up. He didn't try to force a combo block or anything like that.
Yeah, it was perfect. Well done. Yeah, the no block, no rock saying will get said a few times in the Raiders locker room. All right. So moving on to the passing game, this is what I was talking about a little bit just a second ago, where they will sometimes, or where Kubiak will sometimes split he'll be in 12 personnel to get the defense to match with base, and then just split both tight ends out wide. This is the first one where I thought he did a really good job of scheming JSN open. Like you're going to see, like the Seahawks come out in this 2-by-1 formation. Excuse me, there, where the passing strength right now is to the defense's right. Cup's going to motion across, and now the passing strength shifts to the left. Like if you notice, this corner has to widen out. Now, one more time too, we got JSN here in the backfield at running back. You get one more motion, and the corner has to widen out even more. The difference this time is the passing straight doesn't change. So I want to back this up, and I want you guys to watch the safety right here. When cut motions, safety cheats over to the middle of the field, right? Because the passing strength has changed now. The difference between Cup and JSN's motion from the defensive perspective is what I was talking about, where the passing strength doesn't change. So watch that safety. I mean, he backs up, but he doesn't cheat over to this side at all. And the reason why I bring that up is when you get this slant route from JSN, because this safety is still in the middle of the field and we widen this corner so much with two motions, now there's all this grass to basically run an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown to your number one receiver. Also a great route from JSN, pushing wide and pushing this corner even wider on his release before breaking it to the inside.
Yeah.
One more nuanced thing too that I like that keeps this safety in the middle of the field and keeps that widen is if you watch this slot receiver or the tight end's route, he's going to run like a drag route over or behind the linebackers and crossing the field, and that's also going to keep that safety in the middle of the field and keep that window wide. Let's see, he's kind of eyeing the tight end. By the time he sees JSN on the slant, too late.
Touchdown,
exactly. Similar type of situation here. They just kind of motion him. I just have the one motion to get the to flip the strength and get the defense to adjust. But what I like about this route too, again, tight ends up here, extra tight end is split out wide. What I like about this route specifically or this play call specifically is you're going to catch the Texans in man coverage, but they have like a bracket, and they did this a lot in the red zone where Jalen Petrie, if he sees Cooper Kupp running across the field, he's going to pass it off to Kalen Bullock, the safety Kalen Bullock in the middle of the field. Like you'll see him right there. He's calling it out. So what that means is now Petrie has to become the free safety and work for depth. But he lined up, 5 yards off from the line of scrimmage versus Bullock, who's 12 yards.
Yeah.
So that's hard for him to get deep. So again, it's just another slant route to JSN. And this is Derek Stingley right here, all pro cornerback. But JSN, he runs a good route. Same thing, kind of that outside release to push Stingley wide. And Stingley starts this play with some outside leverage. But what Stingley's thinking right now is I got cover one. I got safety help either from Petrie or from Kalen Bullock. The problem is when they execute that pass off, you see Petrie starts to try and get depth, but it's too late. And that just creates some room on the inside. Because Stingley's thinking, hey, I got a post safety to kind of help me out on the inside. So I'm going to play the outside with outside leverage and play the post. But with the play call that Kubiak runs, it's just wide open right there.
Yeah. I got the same play in there too. But yeah, that's a fantastic. I love that play call just because, that's a classic Gruden play too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because basically it's like you get the crosser and this kind of sets up this backside post here.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it's just perfect. It's just because that one-on-one right there. Of course, he's got to win, but
he does. When you have a guy like JSN who's might be the offensive player of the year, it helps.
Yeah, for sure.
But back to kind of what you're talking about too. Like one of the things I think Kubiak does a really good job of is attacking these coverage rules. And then again, you'll see a good example here. This is the play I was talking about where they got JSN on a safety. I'll dive into how that happened. Again, 12 personnel formation this time with the balanced look from the tight ends, with one tight end on each side of the center. And again, some base personnel. The Bucs are in base. Got the 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. But this is actually Hassan Reddick, who's typically an edge and typically lined up on the line of scrimmage. But because Tampa Bay wants to run this too high look, they have to walk Reddick out off the ball and like a little bit and cheat a little bit more towards the wide receiver, towards the slot receiver, Cooper Kupp here. And what that does is that forces the defense to play zone, because the last thing you want is Hassan Reddick, who's naturally a pass rusher, covering Cooper Kupp man to man. That's not a matchup that you want anyway. But what Kubiak does really well is he knows, okay, I got them in zone, and I think they're going to end up running a little fire zone here. Is he's going to have Kupp and JSN switch release, where Kupp's just going to run a fade route from the slot, and then JSN just runs a pylon route pretty perfectly. It's bad drawing, but you'll see it a little bit better. And that what that results in is the corner passes off JSN to the safety. And now, even with that being Antoine Winfield Jr., like, we'll take our number one receiver on a safety every single time. Like, you'll see, like, JSN runs a nice route here too, where he sells the vertical, sells the over, gets Winfield to open up the wrong way. Sam Darnold sees that, drops one down the field. Also a little play action in the backfield. Yeah. A lot of Yankee concepts out of 12 personnel, or a lot of 2-man routes, I should say.
Yeah. That's a little play action peel there.
Yeah.
I busted out my John Gruden playbook when I was doing this.
There were a lot of it is pretty funny how similar the offense is.
For sure.
All right. Again, 12 personnel, got the 2 tight ends starting that balanced look first, motion. And this one was like just perfect for me, because you can tell it's like Kubiak knew exactly what look he was going to get from the Texans, because you can see, like, as soon as this guy motions over and they shift the passing strength, just watch this corner. He's like, all right, I'm just going to come play press coverage against JSN.
Yeah.
And now we've got our number one receiver one-on-one. Especially with Houston, they want to stay in this too high look. Like, you'll see Sam Darnold's going to read this safety. I think they're going to play quarters or cover 4 here. Yeah. You see the safety doesn't work for any width, and he can't, because we have a 3-by-1 set or 3-by-1 formation after the motion, and the back is to that side of the formation. So it's really more like a 4-by-1, where we have 4 passing threats versus 1. So this corner is left on an island, and that's Lassiter, who has had a pretty good year, but this is their number 1 corner. Mm-hmm. So we have our number 1 receiver on their number 2 corner, and the safety has to stay on near the hash because of the formation and the play call too, with the Texans being in quarters, and then our guy just wins deep. Yeah, JSN wins off the line again. Mm-hmm. Nice read by Darnold. Once he sees that safety stay in the middle of the field, knows where to go. Yeah. This is part of what you're talking about a little bit, where like the running game can set up the passing game. Mm-hmm. I don't have a great example, or I had a few examples earlier. The Seahawks were killing the Bucks with outside zone, and what that does, especially with the Todd Bowles on the other sideline, is defensive coordinators get pissed. So what they start doing is they're going to walk this safety or this nickel defender up on the line of scrimmage and blitz him to try and stop the outside zone call. Like, you can see, like, that's pretty much a run stud to attack the strength of the formation, especially with Kupp in the slot here in the tight end of that side, and try and set the edge that way. Well, what happens now is you're in a fire zone, where, especially with Kupp working across the field and occupying this linebacker and getting the defensive flow with him, now you have JSN with a linebacker who's spot dropping in zone. Another matchup we like every single time. So just a small little wrinkle here that's nothing like too crazy, but getting in 12 personnel, forcing the Bucs to play base, and having success running the ball, where they take a defensive back and have them blitz, ends up leading to a big play where the Hawks get a favorable matchup with their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, he just got him easy matchups. He made it so hard for him to be double teamed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he really did. Now, this next play, it's not, again, play call is pretty simple. It's just an RPO where they run a slant to JSN at the top of the screen. But what I like about it, and this is where the 12 personnel comes in handy, and the actual formation, because he does this a lot, where he puts JSN in the boundary as the single receiver side. Like, you can see how the Bucs are playing this. They've got the unbalanced look with both tight ends, so they overplay the strong side with all 3 linebackers or all 3 box defenders cheating towards the 2 tight ends side of the formation. So what does that do? That opens up that slant with the one-on-one to, again, our number 1 receiver.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, that's one step and throw. I'm not even going to call it a drop from Darnold. Just hit that. Easy money. First down.
Yeah, the corner is going to open the gate like that. Good Lord.
Yeah, for sure. On top of it, too, now bear with me a little bit. I know Darnold just kind of throws up a prayer and it gets caught.
Wow. Is that Jason again?
No, it's I think it's Drake Young. I had to look it up who it was, but yeah, no, it's not Jason. I think JSN's at the bottom of the screen here. But this was just another nice play design. Again, 12 personnel, that same look where he starts in balance and tries to motion across the formation to get in that that wing look. And this really sells the run too, because with that motion, it kind of looks like power or like a toss to the running back here. And what you'll see too, like if you watch this tight end, he kind of slow releases, or like he helps sell the run by making it look like he's going to block, and then just kind of picks his spot. You can see like this linebacker is the one that's responsible for covering him. And now he's late. And again, I know Darnold goes here and ends up completing it, but if he wanted to, the easy completion is right to the tight end.
Yeah.
So not the best example with how the play resulted, but I hopefully you can see how the tight end was just scheming wide ass open.
Great play by our receiver though.
Yeah. Same thing, just kind of showing that showing this wing look, I guess, if you will, the nub tight end with the unbalanced look up front, getting into our ace formation with both tight ends, or with the tight end on each side of the center. And we'll see a little play action fake. And what I like about this play call is everything until now is just split zone for the defense. Like if you watch like how the defense treats it, like they're stepping downhill and kind of biting on the run fake, because it looks just like this tight end was just blocking to seal the backside on split zone. And on top of it too, watch this edge defender. This play call puts him in conflict, because he's going to go jam this other tight end and then kind of carry him up the field a little bit, because this tight end I think is going to run like a post route or a dig, maybe. Yeah. And once the edge defender passes off the tight end, the other one's already in the flat and has opened up all this room towards the sideline. And I mean, this is a difficult move for any defender to pull off, to go get a jam, then start working backwards, and now open up your hips and get out towards the sideline. Mm-hmm. It's especially difficult for a guy that's more often than not is dropping into coverage. I mean, that's an easy 9 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the easiest catch 88's had in his career. Mm-hmm. Wide open and just turn and run. Doesn't do anything special and picks up 9. Now Kubiak's in 2nd and 1, and we're at midfield. Playbook's wide open. All right, which one we got here? Oh, yeah, more play action design. This one's an even better fake. Like you'll see if you watch Derek Stingley here, he bites pretty damn hard on the play action. Oh, yeah, I will say I am cheating a little bit. This is 13 personnel. Yeah. But I think you get the same picture. It's the same type of concept. We're designing it for the tight end here. But you can see like you get a little play action fake, and like just watch Stingley right here, who again, a corner, not typically someone you're going to expect to be biting hard on play action. Mm-hmm. But he does because of the personnel and the formation. And on top of it too, like you said, these guys are coached up pretty well. Like if you watch I think Barner, he does a great job of selling like he's going to go blocking, like he's eyeing up the corner to go block him on like an outside zone call. Mm-hmm. And now just turns it up the field. Yeah. And the all-pro corner ends up slipping and falling on his face and can't cover the tight end. Yeah. So, another way he can design stuff for the tight end. It's the last play we're going to be looking at, and then this is the one I was talking about where I can really see Bowers just eating on this type of play. Mm-hmm. Keep repeating myself. Show the 2 tight ends to one side, motion them across to be more balanced. And what I like about this play too is with the tight end starting on this side, you get the safety, or one of the 3 safeties on the field, because we got Bullock, terrible circle, Bullock, and then Petrie over here on the slot. We get this other safety to start coming down into the box and kind of playing the tight end, because what they want to do, or what the defense wants to do in this formation, is this is perfect for them. We got 3 guys to cover 2 receivers, and we have a corner, an all-pro corner, who can match up and cover the outside tight end, and then a safety who can take care of the other one. So if we want to run man, we can play it. If we want to run quarters, we can still play it here out of this look. The problem is Seahawks don't stay in the same spot. So now they motion the tight end over. And if you notice how the Texans adjust, is they're going to slide the nickel, slide Petrie out, and slide the linebackers over. Well, this safety comes to the box, and then this one rotates back to the middle of the field. And what that sets up is now, instead of having our safety on the tight end, what Houston's going to try and do, and it's actually a decent play call, is they're going to try and bracket this tight end with Bullock here, and then Azeez Al-Shaair, the linebacker. The problem is Shaair is known for his run defense. He's not a coverage defender. He's not a coverage linebacker. Uh-huh. So this is the matchup that Kubiak wants to target and wants to pick on, because he's going to, if you watch Shaair, like, he basically just kind of overplays his leverage. I don't know if he maybe saw out of the corner of his eye, like the little, excuse me, the little shake from, I believe that's Arroyo there at the top of the route.
Yeah.
He just kind of bites, and he gets too far outside, I should say, when he should be playing inside on the inside out bracket. And that just allows that tight end to beat him across his face. And we pick up the first down and damn near score on this one.
Yeah.
Again, just simple things that nothing too fancy, just showing one look pre-snap, and and then manipulating the defense with some motion to get them in the coverage that you want, and attack the matchup that you want to attack. So just beat him across the face. And I think if that's Brock Bowers, no offense to Arroyo, but I think Brock Bowers is a little more explosive.
Yeah.
I think he creates more separation and scores on that play.
Yeah, and Brock Bowers probably goes outside like he's supposed to in the Detroit. So I don't know why he went inside with that leverage. But anyways,
part of me thinks he was trying to. Part of me thinks it was probably that's how they coached it, because again, I think there might have been trying to target Shaair there on that play. But maybe you're right. Maybe that's part of the reason why Shaair started trying to cheat to the outside and they just threw a wrinkle at him. But.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, what I like, I mean, you definitely showed a lot of the creativity in 12 personnel. I like that. But I think it's really important for the wide receivers have to be able to block, right?
Yes.
Which Trey Tucker, Jack Best, those dudes don't mind blocking, right? I mean, they are blocking guys. They'll block for sure. So that's what allowed them to be 12 personnel. I think with those 2 guys, so you're probably going to see those guys unless they go out and get somebody. I mean, it's gonna have to be a guy that blocks, though. I don't know if who's out there that can block, but unless they get like Jefferson or something like that. But it'd have to. You're gonna see a lot of those guys in line, and then helping Mayer out, because I think you're right when you're in the 12 personnel like how the Raiders were, and then Bowers is always lined up outside. It kind of defeats the purpose of actually what 12 personnel is supposed to look like a little bit sometimes. But that's just like pure West Coast 12 personnel football. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like some of these plays, like I had that 2020 John Gruden handbook, and so especially that play that she showed where they're fake they did the fake block and those 2 tight ends went out. I mean, that is a old school West Coast play. I mean, that's a play that's been running for a while, but it's gonna work because it's all about execution and how you run it, right? If those guys just run routes, it might not work. But if you sell the run, you've been running the outside zone and you sell it that way, you're gonna get those guys wide open. So yeah, it's a lot of good looks. I like that, especially for sure with how he uses JSN. It's crazy. So
yeah. The one thing I'd stood out to that, like you brought him up, like this is Jack Betch is perfect for this offense. Like Jack Betch, like needs to be like the Cooper Kupp was in this offense, where he's the guy that kind of gets his hands dirty and gets involved in the running game. But I think he can do it. We just got to see it from him too. I think he should be doing pretty well in this style of or this scheme.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So let's just do passing game here. All right. So we start off with play action. So here against the Rams NFC Championship game here. So let it run real quick. But it's typical play action bootlegs here. So let it run. And I mean, and this is the staple of this offense, right? These, outside zone one way, or even this one. This one ends up having a puller, so it's more of a counter. So you're gonna see this, this guard right here. So it ends up being a right there, like a nice little a fake counter play there, right? But you're gonna get kind of the same concepts here, because you're gonna get this over route from JSN. You're gonna get this corner route from Cup. And then what I like about this, what he does though, is how he sells it. Is you're going to see the tight end. He's always going to block first, right? So this guy is like because when you run these play action bootlegs, usually it goes 1, 2, 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, I mean, with the block, it always makes it look like it's exactly like the run, no matter what. Right now, I mean, you can make the case, but that's what I'm talking about. This is 3 here. You can make the case that Jason's is wide open. You can just throw it here, but that's how it is. That this is the number 1 guy. I mean, he did kind of look at him, but you kind of see what it does to the defense too. It sets everything up, because this guy's always going to block this tight end. It's always going to make this block first before anything else happens, which gets all these linebackers to suck up, because it looks like a run. Look at all these linebackers. Look at this corner too. I mean, these guys are all. I mean, I know they're in cover too, but these guys are all looking at the run play. They're all staring at the running back. All their eyes are at the running back, right? That's why JSN's running wide open on the backside, right? Yeah, so it looks probably a little cover 3 cloud. It looks like maybe, yeah, but yeah, everything looks exactly the same, and you get these free releases, right? I mean, because he could have hit JSN right there, but then you get he just goes right here to Barner, I believe that's who that is, and you get a first down. So show from the backside here. All right, and the Rams are ready for it though. This because this 12 personnel again. They didn't come out in base, right? They're in nickel.
Yeah.
They weren't going to let them, get them out of position here. They played them twice already. But you see the motion once again, the movement, right? And like I said, this block is key. It looks exactly like a run play. Like if you're a defender, right? This looks like a run play.
Yeah.
Exactly like a run play. Nope, it's play action. All right, so same thing on this one, right? The motion, you're seeing a theme here, guys. Seeing a theme, motion, right? And you get the over route, corner, and then the release from Arroyo here. So play action, bootleg. So this time, I believe this one is, I think it's inside zone here, right?
Yeah.
So it looks just like inside zone. Boom, right there. And then Arroyo releases. And this is, I think this is first down here. And then I'm getting 9 on this one. But the same exact thing, right? Right there, easy completion. Right. And then even if you think about it, if this is Brock Bowers, right? I mean, Brock Bowers can, he's more dynamic with the ball in his hands than these Arroyo and the Barners here. Just more dynamic with the ball in his hands. These are just easy completions for Bowers. This is how a really good way how Bowers is going to eat. When you see it once again, you see all the linebackers. Look at them all crashing. Look at them; they're crashing down. The corners are looking. This guy, he's a little cut off guard, because even this corner, he's gonna let JSN just kind of get. You can even see him. You take it back a little bit. Watch this corner right here. He's gonna come up, and then he's gonna realize, easy.
Kubiak's even getting the corners to play the run.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's what they do. So I mean, this is kind of old school. Use the run to set up the play action, but you see how it looks. It's just everything looks exactly the same, right? Everything does. Like, look, all these guys are crashing. Look at this. The safety's crashing. Everybody's crashing on the run, and it is easy release, easy throw for Darnold, easy completion. Now this one is going to be a little different because it's going to be out of the pistol, but it's going to be the same thing, same concept, but it's out of the pistol here. Now let it run a little bit. Same thing. This guy kind of releases a little late here, but it's gonna be the same look. There's no motion this time because this one it's not out of 12 personnel, right? This is 11 personnel. You see the Shaheed, you got Cup, you got JSN, and they're in pistol, right? So there's not as much crashing because I think the Rams are just well prepared for this team at this point, right?
Yeah.
So these guys don't crash as much, but they still have to respect it. They're still coming up just enough,
Yeah.
right? And they get Darnold out in the bootleg out of the pistol here. Now, I think this guy probably took too long to release on this one, but you see this linebacker, he is ready for it. He's prepared. The Rams were prepared for this stuff, right? But Darnold does a good job of resetting his feet and then making this throw at JSN. Now, I mean, it's not the best throw in the world, but just
sick catch.
makes him look very good.
Just pluck that straight out of the air.
Yeah, makes him look very good here. Boom. Very nice. But that's why I like watching this Rams game, because you can tell the Rams are really prepared for these guys, man. And it really didn't matter, right? Because you saw the Bucks earlier when Matt was breaking down, like the Bucks, they're like, we're gonna stop the run, and they're getting it up, right? But the Rams, you can even already see this linebacker. He's prepared for it. Like you can watch his eyes. This linebacker right here, you see him start to move. He knows that he's playing that bootleg, right? He's already ready for it, that release. But Darnold does a good job of just getting to JSN there, and JSN just makes him look a whole lot better in the stat sheet.
Yeah.
All right, Matt already broke down this play, so I'll just skip this one. All right, you're fine, Daniel. Don't worry about it. All right, so here's another play action. Another one at a 11, I believe. I think that is that tight end? I don't know. Yeah, that's the wide receiver. I think it's Horton. All right, so this one is Y leak. Okay, so let me bring it back here. So I'll let it run. You kind of just see this one. I think Darnold just makes like a little fake check here. Play action. Then you see the leak. Boom. Big play there. The cut. All right. Let me back it up a little bit. So what I like about this one, I mean, the Texans, of course, the Texans aren't flashy. We just play straight up.
Yeah,
our guys are better than your guys, so they win man here, right? You can see how Jalen Petrie is moving there. That this is man to man. Now he's not in the best position to guard him, in my opinion. But what you can see once again, like this looks exactly like a run play action, right? And then Cup's could do a great job of selling this too. You see that it looks like he's coming down here to block somebody, and then he just speeds through there on that wide leak. Boom, big play.
Yeah, that's an easy play to run out of 12 personnel too.
Yeah. There you go.
Easily be Brock Bowers.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this could be Brock Bowers on this one. Out of 12, boom. Sell that. Get it right there. Nice play there. I like that one. All right. So this one is a play action 2-man route. So I let this one run. It's probably one of Donald's probably one of the best throws I've seen him make. Just a great throw right there.
Oh yeah, I remember people breaking this down.
Yeah, he's on fire in this game. So what you're gonna get on this one? Gonna coverage here. So what's interesting about this one is this turns into like an invert 2, right? So it ends up being like an invert 2 because you're gonna see what happens though. Because that's their game plan, is to run invert 2, because you're gonna see this safety. He's gonna run all the way over here to kind of help double team JSN. These guys gonna kind of, this guy's gonna play cover 2 underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because it's a blitz too. You see there's a corner blitz there. You see JSN pointed out right there. End up being a corner blitz. Right now, what happens though because of the quick play action. And, Darnold wants to play action, but the blitz is coming, so he's trying to make sure that you get that fake up. You see Jared Verse here. What happens to him is that he starts crashing too, but he's supposed to get out in the flat here, right? He's because it's supposed to be invert too, right? They're kind of trying to fake people. He doesn't even really know what to do. You kind of see how confused he is. He doesn't know where he's at. But what it does is it gets Jake Bobo one-on-one on the safety, and then you get a nice little post route from him there on that one-on-one. Nice route, and then a nice throw from Sam Darnold there. So you get the play action. These guys are so worried about him. You get that one-on-one with the safety here. Touchdown.
All these dudes just run such good routes too, man. It just tells me that they're well coached. Like they understand leverage, how to manipulate it. Like Bobo giving that little head nod to keep that corner wide. It's impressive, man.
You can see it from the side, right? They got the blitz coming. But you can even see Jerry Verse, because Jerry Verse, I mean, he's supposed to drop. I honestly think he's supposed to drop quicker than this, but he is so worried about the run, and then he's completely lost. But it really doesn't matter. But this is just a great throw. And a great route from Bobo too. All right. So here's so some of the screens too. I mean, there's a lot of effective screens he runs as well. So he gets this play action here, right?
Little shovel pass.
Right? And what I like is that see the Texans kind of they start to crash, right? But then once they start to drop, and it kind of looks like the bootleg, right?
Yeah.
It's because usually it kind of has that look, but you see Darnold waits patiently for this defensive end to kind of crash a little bit, and then he dumps it off. And he does run into the guy, and he's upset with himself. Still works though.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like you said, the timing on this is perfect, because as soon as Will Anderson starts to rush the quarterback, he gets rid of it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Here's another screen as well. So, like I said, everything looks the same. Once again, everything looks the same. This one, I think it's 12 personnel. No, maybe that guy's not tight. I don't know what he is. He's a big dude. I think it's the same dude that you're talking about. He made that catch. But you get play action here again, right? Everything looks the same. You see the tight end blocking area. Everything looks the same. Kenneth Walker looks like he's about to block. Looks like every other run play they've been running. And then, once the Rams realized, right, start to crash a little bit, they realize it's a run play, right? You see these linebackers. The Rams did a pretty good job of not biting on the play action too much, but they bit enough that, and with Kenneth Walker making it seem like he's blocking and then releasing really late, you get all this open space here.
I love the fact that he's like, these guys know me. They know I'm going to run the shit out of play action, so their linebackers aren't going to crash downhill. So I'm just going to dump a screen and make them pay for not crashing downhill.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fake it to the back and then give it to the back. Like what? I love the chess match. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. You had to be ready for them, man. All right, so let's get into the pure passing game. All right, so get into basically the pure passing game here. Now, I'll let this one run. This is the play to Shaheed.
Oh yeah. Got him into quarters, right?
Yeah. So, what I like about this one is that, all right, so you got to bring it back because I think Cup starts as out receiver, right? So he gets Cup to move inside, right? And the Rams did a good job of like making it seem like they're playing man, because this guy's moving with them, right? So you're thinking maybe it's man, but they're playing zone here. It's all quarters, right? Now, what this does is you're getting basically H choice with Cooper Kupp, and you get the go route over the top. So this H choice, and there's a go route with the design. If sometimes it could be a corner route, but when it's H choice, most of the times it's verticals, and then you get the choice route set up for Kupp here, right, out of the backfield. So it's H choice. Now, what that does, since it's H choice and everybody knows that, the Rams are prepared. Look what it does to this safety. The safety's already ready to crash just in case he runs a slant, right? Because that's what this play is, H choice. But that leaves the one-on-one for Shaheed up at the top against quarters. And that's a huge play. It's all design, guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know how you felt, but I thought Darnold was like late all the time, and like this play is gonna be a perfect
A
example.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's just it kind of just shows how Kubiak is. He's just he knows how to scheme guys open. All right, so this is a infamous play. I'll let this one run here. Yeah, I just love this play. Boom, touchdown.
Oh, the one is this one where JSN's in the backfield? Yeah.
Yeah. So bring it back here. So on this one, right, you get to JSN. He's outside, right? Get the motion here. Get him in the backfield, right? And it kind of shows that they're in quarters, right? Now they can't hide anything. They're clearly in zone, especially how far off this guy is.
Mhm.
They're clearly in quarters. It's not cover two. It can't be cover two because how far off he is, right? So what this concept does, right? Because this ends up being what I call smash return here. Okay, so you basically get, which is another play John Gruni's run all the time. You get this return route from Cup, and you get the post route, the corner route. My bad, the corner route from JSN, but you're also adding in Shaheed here with the post route, right? So this is a little bit of addition to it. So what the post does is takes this safety, this corner, and this safety, they have to worry about Shaheed, right? They have to.
Yeah.
And then it puts this linebacker in a position. Do I just play grass or do I go with JSN? He decides to play grass, as you can see here. And he just allows JSN to, I don't know why he would do that, but he just allows him to be wide open.
Yeah.
And then Darnold has a wide open guy there.
Well, the thing about this play that I love about it from a schematic standpoint is
Mhm.
this is on the corner at the top of the screen because like that ends up like JSN ends up coming to his area.
Yeah.
The problem is you're not expecting a deep corner route from a guy out of the fucking backfield.
Exactly. And that's what this linebacker's thinking too. The linebacker, he's thinking, okay, he's passing through my zone. The corner's gonna be there. No.
Nope. Yeah.
You're wrong.
Like I'm sure Durant or whoever the corner is at the top of the screen, he probably sees Cup like stay shallow and he's like, all right, cool, we can just bracket. We can just bracket Shaheed. Nope. Here comes their number one receiver into my area.
Yeah. Oh man. Awesome. All right. So this is another one I really love too. So what I like about this one is, so you see here that the Titans are in too high, right? So they're trying to show too high on this. And then, usually, from watching like some Coach A breakdowns, these guys are this close. It's too high. Usually it's cover two or it's cover five, right? Some kind of man coverage or something like that. They're that close, right? See, but what happens is JSN gets moved over. So what this does is takes them out of their disguise because they're actually running man to man. Takes them out of the disguise. So this safety has to come down. It has to guard JSN. And what they're going to be running is kind of a spot concept. You're going to see a hitch, and you're going to see kind of a flat here from Walker and a deep corner from JSN. And then you get JSN one-on-one on a safety, and he just runs right past him. And this is a great throw from Darnold there. So it just puts them in a conflict. Like they're not expecting this.
Yeah, they
aren't expecting this, but that's their rules. And he got him out of the rules. He's just attacking their rules. So this is an awesome play. Touchdown.
If you want rewind it a little bit, go back. The crazy thing to me too is they have a man beater at the bottom of the screen with those two receivers, and that's open too if JSN doesn't win. like this is like, I know you talked about it a little bit on the instant reaction. Like this is a good example of it being like quarterback proof because the motion gives Sam Darnold the coverage indicator, so there's takes the guesswork out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it too, like there's a check down completion if he wants it.
Right here.
If he's not confident in the deep shot.
Yeah.
Like it's good offense, man.
Yeah, that's what that is. All right. So this is another one I really like because on this one, you're gonna get this motion from Cup here, right? And they're gonna be running a peel concept. So peel is wheel from Cup, and then a post route from JSN. Now, once again, like I said, these guys look like they're in some kind of man coverage. You can see 37.
Yeah.
He's going to move with Cup. Like you're thinking, man, right? The guy's moving with him. Man, but no, it's cover 2. But what Cup does, right, is he doesn't allow this corner to get any hands on JSN because he has to respect him. So what you see him, he starts to fade outside in the cover 2 and gives JSN a free release.
Yeah.
Right. Then you get JSN that free release. Then it's JSN with this safety one-on-one. And especially they're trying to do like a confusing coverage. So basically this guy, he's in side turn, right? Trying to disguise it. And right here, as soon as he does this movie, it's over because this guy's in side turn. There's no way he's keeping up with that. Boom, right there. Nice throw. Big play.
And what I like about this too, like the motion, to kind of reiterate what I was just saying, like the motion takes the disguise out of it because you see the corner kind of have to back off and get out of the man coverage look to account for Cup moving across the formation.
Yeah, so I feel bad for Chris Shula watching this a little bit. Everybody was shitting at him after the game. Like, I don't like what is he supposed to do? Like he's showing like it's man, like it's some good disguising, bro. This is good scheme, to be honest. This confused a lot of quarterbacks.
There's just answers, man.
Yeah,
answers everywhere.
it's good defensive scheming, bro. Like you can't do much better than that. All right, now this is a pure choice route. I just let this one run, but
I remember watching this.
Yeah. So this is a classic West Coast choice. But what I like what Kubiak is doing, he adds add things to it. So basically, you're gonna get a choice route from Cup. You can go slant out or hitch right here, and then you get the corner route from JSN, and then you're gonna get 2 corner routes here on this one, right? So it gives the quarterback a lot of options here, but he goes right to JSN right there, boom. Especially when you're man to man, it's easy read for Darnold. Boom, right there.
Also, the unique 0-2 personnel.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Huh?
No running back in the game.
Oh yeah, gotta like that.
Nice little levels concept.
All right, now here's another one. This one is I believe it's just a dig route here. But this is another choice route play. Okay, so on this one, because they're gonna be in quarters here again, right? And they're gonna be running the choice route. So you got Cooper Kupp. Like I said, you can go slant, out, or hitch, right? And Kupp runs this really well. He's been running this like crazy with Sean McVay, so he's gonna be smart. He gets the hitch. Now the hitch gets this. I think there's a linebacker, 2 linebackers here. They have to crash on Kupp right here, right? That opens up this dig behind it for JSN. Boom. So I mean, this is all scheme, right? Because also what this does too is it keeps Stingley outside. Stingley has to worry about this, so he can't worry about this inside route. And these 2 linebackers, I mean, unless they they kept backing up, they got to worry about Cooper Kupp too, right?
Yeah.
Boom. And that's something you might see different. I mean, this might be Bowers, right? Because Bowers runs those choice routes too. So this is Bowers. Bowers get the same attention, and then you hit somebody over the top on a dig. Boom. Easy stuff.
Yeah. Another example of how effective motion can be.
Now this one is another choice route. Classic West Coast choice. This time with the tight end. Here. Getting some quarters here. And you get the tight end. He's running the choice route there. Boom. And then you end up getting Jason one-on-one here. Now, Jason does a great job of coming back to this football. It's really why this ends up being a catch, because Like I said, the Rams, I felt so bad for the Rams, man. They were like all over these things. I mean, this is good defense, but like Jason comes back to the football, right?
Yeah.
And he can't get his hand on it. Great catch, great hands. There's nothing you can do about that, man.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the last one. This could be another peel concept on this one. So like the motion does it again, right? The motion gets him moving over here. You see this linebacker right here. He's making that check. Let them know they got to switch it up here. Now, what this does on this one, because I believe there's a corner right there, right? I believe it's a corner. So you get him and I think it's Lassiter and PJ right there, right? And this ends up being a peel concept, and it kind of gets that 1-on-1 again for JSN. Like JSN, you can't get double team here. He's getting a 1-on-1, right? Actually, it looks like, yeah, no, it's pure man-to-man here from the Texans. And Jason, he just gets physical here at the top of this route right there. And this is just a great throw from Darnold there. Boom, right there. All right on the money. He dropped it, but
I think he's got
a flag.
PI.
Yeah. So, and one more choice route here too. Kind of see it on this one. Once again, kind of same kind of concept that we saw earlier. That you end up hitting them with the Texans, where you get those releases right here, and kind of this one a little bit deeper though, but you're getting Shaheed running a deep corner route as well. So you get kind of two corners there with the choice route, so it kind of adds it in there. So what happens is, right, when you end up having like this kind of, I would say, kind of cover 6 look, right? It kind of takes this corner out of it and then gets Cooper Kupp 1-on-1 on this linebacker. So you get Cooper Kupp matched up on this linebacker 1-on-1. Boom. And it's just easy choice route. He doesn't even go with him.
Yeah.
He's wide open.
Nice route by Kupp to attack leverage too. Attack the inside, create some space towards the sideline.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, yeah. So, yeah, a lot of scheming. A lot of scheming.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, he did make Sam Darnold look really good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I was watching that. Like, if Mendoza can just be on time the same way that Darnold was, and just be tough in the pocket. Like, because Darnold was tough. He was tough in the pocket. I'm not gonna lie. He's really tough in the pocket. And I know Mendoza's gonna stand in there and do those same throws. I mean, it makes you feel a lot better about how Mendoza's rookie year might look like, right?
Yeah.
It might look like the guy's scheming these guys open for you, and he's making the reads easy. Then it's gonna be. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think it's not gonna be bad.
Yeah, it could be a smoother transition than we might be expecting too. So.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of the things that stand out just between the two of our breakdowns is like the way he's like dictates the game. You know what I mean? Where like he's like dictating what coverage defense is in. He's making you show him or show the offense what you're going to play, whether you're trying to disguise it or not, and whether that be through formations or motions or a combination of both. And then on top of it too, like he's just put on a masterclass this past year of attacking coverage rules. Like how many times we're talking about it, we're like they're like he's talked about it a lot with the Rams. Like they're not in a bad spot. They're in a good call. It's just a better play call on the other sideline from the offense. So that's the thing. What's exciting me the most is he can just dictate a game and like force defenses to play the way he wants to. And on top of it, he can take advantage of matchups and just scheme stuff open and attack coverage rules, which just shows how smart of an offensive mind he is. Like I'm very excited to watch this offense and see what he can do with the Raiders. Cause like you said, I think Mendoza, especially if he picks up the learning curve a lot, cause that is, I think, part of the problem with this type of offense is there's so much motion. There's so many checks. There's so many choice routes. There's so many different things that like change based on what the coverage look that you're getting, that it can be hard to pick up. But hey, one of Mendoza's strengths, or one of the reasons why you draft him, is because he's smart. So that should help out a little bit. But it's going to be, I don't know. I'm very, very excited about this hire and what Klint Kubiak can bring to the Raiders, and probably one of the most excited I've been from a head coaching hire since probably since since Gruden came back.
Yeah. To be honest, and that's the thing. Is like when you can make it easy for the quarterback pre-snap like that, that changes everything, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
just like the long play of JSN, I think that's huge because the Rams were basically having a guy move like it's a man, right? When you're doing motion and you have a slot corner moving with the motion, that's usually man.
Yeah.
Tip you off. And no, they weren't playing man, but getting that other corner to move outside and then, seeing how the leverage, it could just open everything up. So yeah, it was exciting to see, man. And him just, beating a really good defense, got another good defensive schemer. I thought Chris Shula, to be honest, when you watch the game, I thought he did a pretty good job. It's just, what are you supposed to do on some of the, you're getting JSN on one-on-one to safety. Like, what are you going to do? I mean, not many safeties that could do that. I mean, I don't know if there is one really. Maybe Earl Thomas. That's about it.
It's been a while since Earl's been in the league, so don't have to worry about that anymore.
You know what I mean? He's like some superstar corner safety, right? Some Hall of Famer. But that's about it. I mean, that's easy money. And so that's what got me excited watching this. Just the motions, the movements, and just attacking teams' rules. I love that. I love it. Offensive guys attack your rules. You know what I mean? Because
Also,
all right. Go ahead.
I'm also just very interested to see what Bowers' role look like. Like, is he going to use him almost like JSN, or is he going to kind of use him as more of like your traditional tight end? Because that's the number one receiver for the Raiders right now. And I think if you're looking at like the fit with Kubiak and like what he does, like he definitely leaned on guys like JSN and Justin Jefferson in the past, and the Raiders don't have that right now on the roster. So I'm curious if he's going to use that, like if he's going to use Bowers like that, or if it's going to be something where they might have to go out and get a true wide receiver one, because he can definitely scheme those guys open and take advantage of them. Because a lot of these plays, there's a reason why JSN led the league in receiving yards this past season.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is when I was, during the breakdown I'm watching, is he might use Bowers like cup a little bit and then kind of just mix it up.
Yeah.
So because that's a little bit similar, ability to kind of get open, in my opinion. So I think on those choice routes and things like that. But the thing is, if he does that, then who is JSN? That's the question.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Yeah, who's going to fill that role? So we'll see. See how it works out.
It could be Trey Tucker. Man, just check.
There you go.
When you showed that go route play outside, I was like, yeah.
That's your guy.
All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It went a little long today, but got a full breakdown from us, guys. Kind of deep dive into the run game, 12 personnel, passing game. Got a full breakdown here, guys. This is a full breakdown. You're not get this too many places. I'm sure Ted's gonna do one, but you know what I'm saying, this is your only other spot. You got two spots. It's here, Ted. You know what I mean? So subscribe button, subscribe, guys. We'll be back and doing some draft stuff this weekend, and we are out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.